I hope you are having a great time just as I am. On today's edition, it is going to rain accolades, but that's not just it. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has just launched her monthly newsletter, so it will be easier to get information and top stories easily. It is one thing to make a promise, but a greater commitment to keep to that promise. Smidan, in partnership with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, has kept to its promise by empowering returnees. I bet you do not want to miss these stories. I am Koinsola Adetumbi, and you are watching The Diaspora. Stay tuned. NIDCOM launches its first ever newsletter. This was presented by the media unit of the Commission. The Chairman CEO, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, who was present, received the packaged bulletin and showed excitement and also encouraged the unit to do more.
The presentation of our Diaspora newsletter, officially, I was given a copy to just browse through. I said, oh, within 24 hours. And it's my pleasure and honor to invite Deborah Alandeshi to make the presentation.
Also, thank you, Ma, for believing in us. And so, officially, we hand over to you this month's edition.
Sorry. Okay, golden girls, all of you. Well, so, as you can see here, we're all girls here. Yes. Girls. Yes. And as Balogu has said, I didn't know they call you the golden girls of the Diaspora Commission. So really, I'm proud of all of you.
Thank you so much.
And this may seem small, but it's big. That all of you new staff, all girls were able to put this together. This is going to be the beginning of bigger things coming from the media department. I want to thank your bosses, Gabriel Edu, Deputy Editor-in-Chief, Mr. Alaji Malam, Chief Abdurrahman Balogun, the Editor-in-Chief, our brothers, Bidemi, who is ever there for us, who are the photo editors, the photographers, and the TV people, cameraman, photographer, and our supporters. So thank you very much. Proud of my golden girls. So like we said, this has to be regular. You online, and then we do hard copies. We support you get hard copies done. And this, your Diaspora newsletter, will go all over the world. And at the time that we want to be talking about image of Nigeria and celebrating the best. So I'm proud of you, golden girls. Keep it up. And well done. And thank you to your bosses for all the support. We're working on an online radio station to at least start by communicating with Nigerians in the diaspora online. Then we'll move subsequently, to other things. So be ready for that. Okay.
A round of applause for our chairman. It is only in media department that you can get this stuff. It's a great stuff. So media department can always deliver. A round of applause. So we want to thank all of you for the energy. When we discussed with her, I told her that these girls are very talented. We make discoveries every day. We discovered Konshola, we discovered Khadija. Now, we didn't know that we have a graphic designer, So, it's, the talents, so we have to keep discovering you. Show us your strength, your weakness, we help you, we push so that you go forward. So we thank you and we encourage you. It is a monthly newspaper. You cannot go less. So for now, more stories, like you said, other stories outside, normal stories, that makes it busier and very exciting to read. So that when we churn out, you see traffic. So that will increase our pay point also in YouTube, and I will send all of them. You see the traffic will increase, so we need to sit up and tighten our belt. So I thank you, Chairman, for believing in us, trusting us, always giving us assignments and helping us to deliver. So we hope and pray, and we promise you we will not do less.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to make the design, and thank you for liking the design. I'm so honored by the show of appreciation. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Everyone, it's a privilege to be in a great team, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has contributed in one way or the other to make this a success. And we thank you very much, Ma, for believing in us and trusting us, and to our wonderful bosses who has always pushed us to do more. We say thank you very much.
The Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, partners with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission to empower returnees of the South Africa xenophobic attack victims in 2019, as well as other returnees from Libya, Lebanon, and others. The initiative has commenced a 4-day program to empower some of the returnees and others with hardware equipment to kick off artisanship. Currently, about 11 states of the Federation keyed in and flagged off the program. The NIDCOM chairman, in her keynote speech delivered by Mr. Akombi Abiodun of the program's department in the commission, advised the participants not to despise the period of little beginnings, stating that the modern-day equipment SMEDAN will hand out to them at the end of the training must be treated as a poverty-defying tool.
I'm sure some of you will be wondering, what is Nigerians in Diaspora Commission doing here? The idea, the initiative was born out of Honorable Abike Dabiri's initiative during the unfortunate incident of xenophobia last year in South Africa, whereby some of our citizens were repatriated. We felt it would be unfair to just leave them to find their level. So therefore, she came up with an idea that there should be a partnership with an organization like SMEDAN to empower the returnees. I'm happy to tell you that some of the South African returnees, Lebanon, Libya are among you, to be a partaker of this program. So that's why the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is involved.
Thank you, NIDCOM and SMEDAN, for making this. Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, Chairman CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, has applauded the honesty gesture of Ms. Chioma Odidika, a Nigerian resident in Columbia, South Carolina of the United States of America, for returning $4,000 from possible scammers. This was relayed in a statement by the Commission's head of media, Abdurrahman Balogun. He stated that it is a thing of joy that another Nigerian diaspora has made Nigerians proud with her conduct. It is gratifying to note that the uncommon act of honesty of Ms. Chioma Odidika has earned her the Integrity Award from the Sheriff of Richland County. Indeed, an uncommon gesture.
My name is Chioma Euphemia Odidika, also known as CEO. I am the last child of my parents, late Sir Louis and Lady Virginia Odidika. I'm from Imo State, from a very strong Catholic background, and I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I went to Command Ibadan and also went to University of Ibadan. Chioma is a very fun to be with person. I see myself as a very vivacious person, to be quite honest. I'm full of life, just all around exciting. I'm the type that cares will fall. Actually, my friends see me as a very dependable person, someone very reliable. And yeah, I consider myself that as well. I'm a cook, I'm a chef, I do makeup, I do fashion, I do a lot of stuff. So that's who I am. Just fun, bubbly, and just full of life. Actually, a strong moral upbringing that is deeply rooted in God. Just like the Bible says, train up a child the way he should go, and when they grow, they will not depart from it. So I give God the glory, and of course I'm thankful to my parents for instilling the virtue of honesty as well. Indeed, I agree with you that money is tempting, but my convictions were stronger. I come from a Christian family where our parents taught us to not take what doesn't belong to us. So it's not mine, so I have to return it. I feel honored, I feel elated, immensely grateful to God for the opportunity, and a special thanks to the Organization of African Union Chairman here in Columbia, South Carolina. His name is Tona Okay, known as Ikukwama. He is the brain behind all this. He pushed with all his connections to make sure that the award was given to me, so I'm thankful to God for him. And also a special thanks to the Sheriff's Department for this great honor, for the kind gesture. I'm so happy, and most especially to my family as well, and my very close friend Marisa. I just want to say thank you so much.
We believe that.
My advice is keep doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Remain focused, and God will definitely reward all your efforts. Thank you very much.
Kudos, sis, and thanks for making us proud. It is raining accolades as another Nigerian, Ms. Kike Lomolawal, has just been appointed as the Executive Vice President and the Chief Legal Officer of the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC, to kickstart on the 12th of October 2020. Ms. Lawal has more than 20 total years of experience as a leader, a trial lawyer, and also a transactional lawyer. She currently holds the title of Chief Legal Officer, Ombudsman, and Corporate Secretary at the Interact Corporation, where she has worked for 12 years and led numerous work streams to establish the organization as a fully integrated share capital corporation. She is licensed to practice law in Toronto and in New York, the United States of America. Ms. Lawal has served as a senior associate at Blake, Castles and Graydon LLP, and as an associate at the Carter, Ledyard and Milburn LLP. Proudly Nigerian, please keep the Nigerian flag flying. And that's not all on the accolades checklist. Mrs. Perlina Igbokwe, a Nigerian-born music executive, has just been appointed as the chairman of the Universal Studio Group in the US. The Universal Studio Group is a division of the NBC Universal, one of the world's leading media and entertainment companies in the development, production, and marketing of entertainment, news, and information for global audience. Mrs. Igbokwe, who was born in Nigeria, has broken ground by becoming the first woman of African descent to head a major American television studio. Great achievements there, congratulations. Let's also celebrate Dr. John Emeka Akude, who is the first black man to be elected in the Colony City Council, which is the fourth largest city in Germany. A round of applause for this great feat. Still enjoying the power-packed speeches from our panelists and speakers, please listen to Victor Edoziem and Dr. Jonathan Obaje's piece from the celebrations.
Obaje talked about in Singapore. How has Singapore created from that tiny island nation to become brought in so much foreign direct investment in there when Singaporeans are very few, compared to the population there. So, given those two countries that I've visited and I see as model, what are solutions? I think the first one is just this whole alignment around, there got to be the alignment from the stakeholders in Nigeria saying, okay, we have a need for stakeholder development. Those of us in the diaspora bring three things: capital, foreign capital, and expertise that may not be homegrown, that can be transformed, that can be brought back home. But more importantly, we bring an invaluable network of just our brand equity that is in these countries that we live in. You know, like I live in the United States, and truly I can open any door I want to open. It's one or two phone calls. So the question becomes, if I have that network, you know, how do you leverage that to say, how do we bring, in my own case, industrial development, opening up an automotive plant, opening up an auto supply plant that can feed GM. Majority of my business, I do over $500 million of transactions in the automotive industry with GM, Chrysler, Ford. You know, it's easy for me to set up a manufacturing plant in Asaba, for example, that feeds parts that are going to GM vehicles. I have the network. So the question is, how do we bring that, and how does NIDCOM become the platform to make those connections? And it's not just me. You know, we have a whole bunch of Nigerians in different countries that can provide those three key things: capital, expertise, but more importantly, it's the network. It's a network of relationships because they have built a brand.
We need to train our youth, okay, to be in the new age, to be able to know how to do things using computers and all that. Number two, that means that curriculum in our schools need to change in the university. And I'm longing to come back to the Nigerian university. I'm just told by somebody now who said that Nigerian University Commission has already changed the policy and they are doing something better now. I would like to come back to Nigeria and transform the curriculum so that our educational system should be very relevant to the industries, okay? Now it is not. The third thing is very important is what we call cultural revolution. Cultural revolution, because right now we need to restore our moral values in the youth, the work ethics, okay, in our youth. And this, we need to have a campaign. And I think that is where the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, that is how we can add value to our society, because there are so many things that are going on the other way that we can bring back so quickly, because we need to mobilize work ethics. We need to talk about integrity, trust, honesty, because you can talk about all the infrastructure. You can bring capital to Nigeria. If you don't have people running it, you are not going nowhere.
Capital, yeah, okay.
You're running nowhere.
Wonderful.
And so this has been left untouched.
But I must first pay tribute to whom credit is due. And I know past speakers have already complimented Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa for her passion in the diaspora and love for Nigeria, but also, and most important, for her persistence, even in the face of very difficult and challenging times. This webinar is being brought to us and to the whole world by dint of availability of technology. And that said, we would not have been able to have this if it had not been because of this technology, which we have said over the time for over 3 decades to be very crucial. It's been proven to be very central for lifting every economy from its current state, usually developing or depressed, to an aspiring and elevated state, hopefully developed. So the question then is, what can we do to make this a critical factor in national development a common word and readily available to the everyday Nigerian as a vehicle for bringing about this transformation process?
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down.
Do you have a job where you're going to? No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Dr. Samson Arigbamu is a Nigerian American of about 22 years and currently the Director of Nursing at Future Care, Lockhart, a 200-bed capacity health rehabilitation center in Baltimore, Maryland for about 10 years. Prior to that, he was the Director of Nursing at Manor Care Woodbridge, Baltimore, Maryland for over 3 years. Presently, he owns and runs a private clinic called Upsurge Health Associate in Freeland, Maryland. He is recognized for inventing a digital stethoscope that could detect long and hard sounds, interpret the sounds, and immediately announce its findings to the users. The stethoscope is also capable of integrating its data into the electronic medical record. The stethoscope is also equipped with electronic medical record integration capabilities essential to telemedicine in order to enhance care coordination and patient information portability. The invention received a USA patent on June 2nd, 2020 and is currently in the prototype phase of production in the USA and Ukraine. Proudly Nigerian.
For staying all through the program. We hope it's been worth your while. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Twitter at NIDCOM_gov, on our Instagram page at NIDCOM_gov, on our YouTube page at NIDCOM_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network News on Friday at 10:30 a.m., on NTA International on Tuesday at 6 a.m. and 10:05 p.m., on NTA News 24 on Friday at 2:30 p.m., and on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. You can also join us on WAP TV on Thursdays at 9 a.m. and on WTV on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.